Opa! Welcome everybody to Stavvy's World. 917. No. What is it?
904.
904 800 Stav. It's Christmas, folks. It's Christmas Day, I think. Isn't it, Eldis?
Yeah. Yep.
It's Christmas Day. We've opened the presents under the tree. I have a very special guest. My brother Nick Halkias is back for.
What's
we
poppin'?
figured for Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
I should have someone from my direct family on.
Merry Christmas.
And then we also have a mystery guest, Gentleman X.
Gentleman X, to be exact.
Gentleman X is also here. And we will say we did grow up with this individual. We were very close.
Very close.
Really, really close. But we will not disclose exactly who Gentleman X. Gentleman X is a very private person, and he does not want his identity exposed. But he did want to be a part of the Christmas holiday special. So it's Nick. It's nice to have you here. Gentleman X. It's nice to have you here.
Great to be here. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
He's so festive.
What a wonderful time it is to spend amongst your loved ones. We have Eldis in the booth here in of course we're in the Baltimore headquarters, and Eldis is looking really nice in his festive gear.
Thank you.
In his regular outfit and some little reindeer.
Reindeer.
Planned this one out really well. I was going to put on the carrot nose too. But
Yeah.
I said, fuck
Well,
it.
you would have had to eat it. You're a reindeer.
No, that's true.
And your kind of reindeer would have had to put it up your ass, though, because you're a gay reindeer
Right,
as well.
that's the only way you can fly the sleigh, dude.
Really? Mm-hmm. I guess if I have to for Christmas, I have to. We can put the carrot in my ass after.
Rudolph the very gay reindeer. He could only go forward if there was a carrot in his ass. Rude. Oh, maybe his ass is red.
Yeah, he goes.
Maybe his ass has been so fucked it glows bright
So
red.
this character is also named Rudolph?
Okay, what's a gay name?
Gentleman X.
Gentleman X, do you have any idea? What's a gay name in your? What do you think, Gentleman X?
I was just going to say, I bought the world's biggest carrot at the fair
You did.
a couple weeks ago. So Eldis can stick that one up his fucking ass.
What?
Oh, Eldis. We're trying to come up with a gay name for the reindeer.
Oh, yeah, Eldis.
Obviously, it's Eldis.
Eldis works.
the gay reindeer.
Duh.
Perfect, actually.
I'm not going to lie, that came to my mind, but I didn't want to be the one to throw it out there.
Eldis the gay reindeer.
Eldis, with your ass so fucked, won't you drive the sleigh tonight? It has such a beautiful ring to it. Eldis, the ass fucked reindeer.
Shoves a carrot up his ass.
And one fucking Christmas Eve, all the other reindeer fucked Eldis inside his ass. So his ass got red as fuck.
Eldis the red-holed reindeer.
Yeah, dude.
Eldis, the red-holed
Instead of your
reindeer.
nose, you just have like a pink sock. Throbbing.
There we go.
That's a good start. That's good for the SEO.
Yeah.
YouTube will love us talking about Eldis, the ass fucked reindeer. We'll have to bleep every third word we said.
We probably won't.
We should, Eldis.
All
We
right,
should.
We'll take a look at it.
Well, we'll see how much we talk about fucking Eldis the reindeer in the ass. Maybe this will be the Patreon Christmas special if we keep down this path. But it is so wonderful to be here on. We wish you and yours a wonderful Christmas out there. The beautiful family of Stavvy's World. It's over 2 years now, huh, Eldis?
Wow. Congrats.
I can't believe it.
Can you believe it?
Congratulations.
Thank you. And we're gonna do some redecorating around here. This is probably the last time the Baltimore studio has this background. We want to get a mural in here.
I think it looks great.
Thanks, man. Yeah,
No
Fat
wires.
David,
No wires on the floor.
Fat David got his shit
Believe
fucked
it or
up.
not, I put this whole set together here.
Wow.
The thumbtacks, the broken statue.
That's beautiful.
Just walked down to Greektown to just get an idea of what
Yeah.
what it ought to look like.
I do. We need another mural. We need another fresh mural. I wish we knew some artists here, but we can't disclose. Nick is, of course, runs a very successful gym.
Yeah, I'm not the artist.
Odyssey Strength and Condition. And our
That's
brother
right.
George, of course, is an artist, but he's not here.
George is a phenomenal artist.
We have
Yeah.
when we don't, and we can't disclose what Gentleman X does.
no
He does
top
not
secret
want to
career
say,
path.
but he is I've even said too much, I think so. But we do have, it's a Christmas special. We have, of course, people love the family episodes. And so we opened up to the Patreon questions about our childhood. Of course, Nick, and we won't say who Gentleman X is, but he's known us our entire lives.
He knows everything about our lives and our holiday experiences.
So if we have any, do we have questions to go to, Eldis, here before?
Oh, sick. We're going to fucking hop right
Why don't you vamp a little? I'm going to
Okay,
screen a
great.
couple of numbers to get.
No, of course. Why?
Wow.
Why wouldn't you have this? Why am I surprised? All right. Well, why don't we talk about some of the best holidays growing up, Nick? Do you remember what was the best gift you? I mean, the time we got a GameCube.
Dude, I was literally
That was
thinking
maybe the
GameCube,
best week of my life.
And you know, I was
got that
the
GameCube.
GameCube was unbelievable.
So sick.
We
We're
had
playing
we had
Star Fox.
Smash Bros.
Smash Bros on the GameCube.
Madden
of
with
course.
Ray Lewis on the cover when the
Yep.
hit stick. Wait,
Yeah.
was that? No, that was. I don't know chronologically speaking, but the GameCube was life changing.
Oh, that was fucking awesome.
Custom Robo. Holy
Custom
shit.
Robo was a fucking great game.
Remember when? Remember when we convinced mom and dad that we were gonna like start a band?
Oh yeah.
And
there
we
was
just-
that Christmas they bought us all instruments.
Yeah, dude.
And
A drum set and
a bass and a guitar.
Yeah, yeah,
We maybe like jammed literally 2 times.
yeah. It was like I think about it, I felt so bad. It's like
I
they
know they're
obviously
poor.
so could not afford those. Like how the fuck?
Please, we're gonna learn music. We promise.
And
Can
they
you
just-
spend thousands of dollars that you don't have?
Yeah, I started off with the drums first. George was playing the bass, and then you were the
I was the
guitarist,
guitarist.
/ songwriter.
Of course.
And I was just absolute dog shit
You
on the
suck
drums.
dick at
dude.
drums. I got lessons and my fingers were too fat to play guitar.
Yeah.
I would get lessons and I could play obviously Smoke on the Water.
yeah,
The
classic.
first part of the Godfather theme.
Yeah, George was rocking the bass, and then George took over the drums, and he was sick at.
He
at
was
both
really
of those.
good, yeah.
Gentleman X is shaking his head.
Gentleman X, because Gentleman X, and feel free to weigh in because you know us, you know.
You
we're
were
not
there
saying
jamming.
who you
He
are.
was more like our manager, like our band.
He was
manager.
around. We'll just say Gentleman X was in the room when this stuff was happening.
I was outside. I was in the hallway.
He was in the hallway. But all this checks out. So at any time, if you want to weigh in, you're just talking as Gentleman X. You won't be betraying who you are.
He played the drums for years after. He really enjoyed it. Nick gave him up. He really got into it. He did the talent shows at the high school he went to.
Oh. What did he play? Do you remember Gentleman X?
Oh God. Well, he was 15, so
Long.
don't
Nope.
judge. But
he
That's
did not
okay.
have long hair.
him and his
George did. Gentleman
George did.
we
Gentleman
won't
X.
say what kind of hair Gentleman X has. It doesn't matter.
I've been bald for since I was 12.
Gentleman X is a fully bald man.
Yeah, someone sprayed acid on my head in Highlandtown.
What? How really? It was in Highlandtown?
Yeah, I threw a rock at a guy's window, thinking I was funny.
And,
He
and you
just-
got your comeuppance.
Yeah, it might have been I don't remember what it was, but he dumped it all over my head.
Damn, dude.
I'm sorry to hear that, Gentleman X.
Gentleman X is the victim of an acid attack.
Yeah. So anyway.
So what was George playing?
So he was a sophomore. There were 2 seniors. One of them was an ROTC,
Okay.
and he didn't have many friends, but he was I liked him.
Okay.
He liked him.
George
I
liked
was there the whole time.
You were there watching.
Gentleman
You
X
could just
also liked him.
feel free to let's just say you're George's representative in this story. So if you want to say I, feel free, and everyone understands you're talking about.
Whatever.
You're talking as George.
So they decided to play Alice in Chains.
Okay.
What was that song where he screams good?
Oh, roof
man
of
in the
my
box.
ass. I'm the
Man in the
man
box.
with no cock.
Exactly.
That's the one.
And there was a freshman singer, and he only did like screamo shit.
Oh,
And he had like purple hair and like fucked up ears because he just pierced. them all the
Yeah,
time.
yeah, he had a bunch. He had
And
those
he
gauges.
sung terribly, and we lost. To some other.
That's tough to do screamo because our high school, which we all went to the same high school, was 85% black.
Yeah.
So you couldn't. You could do some white shit. You could do a rock. You could do whatever. But screamo was a little too white.
Yeah, too white.
For majority black
It crossed
school.
the line of whiteness.
Unless
at
you
Poly.
really killed it, and this guy did not. If memory serves.
If I remember this singer, he was also obsessed with like Invader Zim.
Yeah, he was. He was. He
He's
loved
one of those
it.
guys.
Would always wear like a Hot Topic zip up Invader Zim hoodie.
Oh man, that's a tough guy.
It was rough, yeah. You know, the other thing I was thinking of is when I figured out Santa wasn't real anymore.
What year was that? Do you remember how old you were? Do you remember what happened?
We were like, I think we were the poorest. Like we hit the poor,
Okay.
and like mom couldn't even she couldn't. In high, you know, I grew up and I was like, oh my god, they couldn't even afford wrapping paper.
It was aluminum foil.
It was aluminum foil.
Wait, I don't remember this at all.
Yeah, yeah. So this
Wait,
was.
we weren't that poor, were we? Aluminum fucking wrapping paper's like she probably just forgot,
Yeah.
dude. Wrapping paper's 99 cents.
I don't know, bro.
We didn't grow up in the Great Depression.
I don't know. I just
we
remember
weren't Eldis's family for Christ's sake.
Eldis was.
We
poor.
always use wrapping paper, fuckhead.
See, if they use wrapping paper,
Then
we could always
we
afford it.
Eldis snitched on me. That's why I have to wear this disguise.
Oh, what'd he
Piece of
say?
shit,
He
Eldis.
ratted on me.
Oh, you ratted on who? Gentleman X or
Yes.
George?
No, Gentleman X. I'm not George.
I can't
did
believe
you say?
would.
What did you
I
rat?
can't believe you would snitch on Gentleman X.
I
Eldis.
He's
did it.
been through enough. He's bald.
He's bald.
Permanently bald.
He got an
Victim
acid
of an acid
attack.
He
attack.
called the fucking police on me.
You did, Eldis?
Yeah.
I've never called the
And ever
cops on
since then,
anyone.
I've had to run away, be
Wow.
on the lam,
I can't believe
and be
that.
fucking hidden in the shadows.
Gentleman X would love to show his. He's of course a dear friend of ours that grew up in our neighborhood and was the victim of an acid attack at age 12. He's a real guy. He's not. He's certainly not one of our family members' alias.
No.
He's just a real guy who's in disguise.
I've never called the cops to snitch on anyone, and I certainly have never called it on someone who is a victim of an acid attack and was permanently scarred from it. That would be extra fucked up.
Have you never
Right.
called the cops?
I called them. I think I've called them when like my car was broken into
Oh
one time.
yeah, that time. I remember that.
Once or maybe it was like twice.
You got your shit. You got your book bag with your fucking
I
ratty
remember
underwear.
Yeah.
broken into.
And like my fucking old what was it? The old little Samsung fucking phone charger.
Did they
That
do
old
anything?
piece of
Like,
shit.
were they?
Yeah, the cops found his stuff immediately.
Yeah. They're like, oh, you lost the book bag with your
They weren't like,
underwear?
oh, you're some fucking goofy 22-year-old fat white guy who got his shit stolen in Baltimore City.
Officer, help!
Can you guys help me?
My backpack was stolen.
I left my backpack in the back seat on the bridge on Maryland Ave. How did this happen?
Yeah, they broke into my shit to take a GPS. That's how I'm dating myself here. But
That's
having
tough.
a GPS, and it was a shitty GPS too.
Yeah.
When the neighborhood was half base heads. It seems to be better now. Seems to be less crackheads in Greektown.
Eldis used to text me at night. He used to get drunk and he used to be like, "What are you up to?"
Wait, really?
Eldis
Yeah,
was
yeah.
sending Gentleman X you up texts.
And I'd be like, nothing much. Like, what's going on with you? And he'd be like, dude, there's no one to hang it. You want to come over for a bit? And I was like, maybe. I did come over one time. It was really weird. I didn't come over again, but he still texted for a while.
What was weird about it?
Well, it was just me and him.
Okay, she told you it was going to be a big party.
No, he just said, hey, you want to come chill? And I've hung out with him before, but I guess he got in some weird mood at that age or something, or he was figuring himself out, something.
Okay. And what was the route? Like, it was just you and him and, like, kind of like...
It was me and him. He would like put on like that HBO show about sex,
Real
just me and
sex.
him, real sex, and he'd be like, "Isn't that awesome?" and stuff like that. And he'd be like, dude, you ever fucked? Just like asking me about like.
Oh, because you guys were teenagers.
We were in our early, very young. Oh, no, yeah, teenage, 19.
That's what guys talk about.
19, 21.
Yeah. I guess that's true.
you
We had a lot of
fuck?
those conversations.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then he would say stuff like, dude, so like, what have you done fuck-wise? Like, all the way around.
Fuck-wise.
He would really insist.
Yeah, and he's like, yeah, pussy, duh, head from a girl, duh, but anything else, like, off the chain, like, anything, like, extra fucking wild? And I said, not really. What about you? And he was like, dude, man, I don't know, but all I know is maybe I'm thinking about doing some other stuff.
Oh, really? And he was and you guys were just alone. And this is what, like 1 a.m.?
Yeah. And then he started, like, whatever, like, rubbing, like, his cock through his jeans, staring at me in the eyes.
Are you serious?
I would
Eldis?
never wear jeans in my own home after 11 p.m.
Is
Whoa.
that right? I don't remember anyway.
Well, whatever. His
It could have
pants.
easily been another, like, pair of
Like
pants.
sweatpants or something.
So you're not
All
really
right.
debunking shit.
That's a little.
So the hair stood up
That's a
on my
little
neck.
wrinkle.
The hair stood up on my neck, and I said, I got to go to the bathroom. He said, okay. I immediately ran to the kitchen, grabbed a knife. I walked in the bathroom, took a piss, and then I hid the knife in my shirt.
Oh, so you went back, but with a knife. You didn't just leave.
No. And I sat back down on the couch because I liked that show.
Right? You wanted to finish real sex.
Yeah. And I said, after I sat down, I said, I'm not doing jack shit with you tonight other than sitting on the couch and hanging out.
Oh, did his whole demeanor change?
Yeah, and he said, relax, dude. I didn't fucking mean anything by it. And I said, yeah, fucking right. Dude, I can read between the lines. You were trying to suck me off or whatever. I don't know.
I was just having conversation.
You remember this though, Eldis?
Yeah, I do.
This all did
By the
happen.
way-
I wasn't rubbing my cock. I was scratching my nuts through my pants.
By the way,
through my
I don't care
sweatpants.
that he wanted to suck me off. I just wasn't into it.
Okay.
He could do whatever the fuck he wants.
Interesting.
Yeah, and hey, anyone could do whatever they want. I wouldn't judge anyone
I
for wanting
wouldn't
to do
either.
something gay. But I wasn't trying to do gay shit.
Is this
So I
when,
just want
is this
that
when
known.
Eldis called the cops on you? He was mad you guys wouldn't hook up. And
No, this was like 3 weeks ago. He called the cops on me.
Oh my God, what
About
happened
something
then?
else. Forget it. Dude.
No,
I don't even
we
know.
shouldn't even bring it up. Dude.
Gentlemen, X, I respect your bravery for.
I
being
didn't
a
realize
man.
what a fraught relationship you had with Eldis, Gentleman
He's
X.
a rat, and he's mad. He's a rat, bona fide, certified rat.
certified
true.
You
rat.
can look up the paperwork
That is true. You
the-
can look up his paperwork
at the city court.
when he comes into
can get
Gen
paper.
Pop. You have to read his paperwork.
You can walk right in and request paperwork. You didn't know that? You can request paperwork of your friends, and they have to give it to you by law, which is why so many people know who the rats are. in the
Oh,
neighborhoods.
interesting.
Easy for someone who's completely anonymous to say.
I wouldn't have to be anonymous if you weren't a fucking rat. If you didn't snitch, I would not have none of this on. But the police will know I'm in the city if they see my face
I see.
on Christmas Day because we're
Right.
shooting this day up.
We're shooting this on. This is almost basically. Eldis is gonna. He's basically editing as we go. So this will be out at
Yeah.
about 6 a.m. Christmas Day.
Yeah.
Or maybe the Thursday after. We don't know yet. But either way,
So mom had aluminum foil,
right? So anyway,
and I remembered the handwriting, and it said from Santa to.
oh, she wrapped the aluminum foil ones in Santa. The Santa ones in aluminum foil.
Yeah.
That's a big misstep on her part.
Yeah, she wrapped it, and it said from Santa to, us. And I was like, that looks a lot like mom's.
She didn't even disguise her
Handwriting.
handwriting.
And it was definitely not, and we had a PlayStation at the time, and it was definitely not the game we wanted. It was Olympics Sydney
Olympics
2000.
2000.
Oh,
Yeah.
that game sucked dick. Dude.
And I remember
remember that
you guys.
And I was like, what the fuck? Santa
Blew
Santa
it.
would.
I thought Santa knew my innermost desires.
Santa's not going to hook us up with the game we wanted. So.
What did we want? Probably
I don't know, probably like FIFA.
We already had FIFA.
I don't remember. Something
But yeah,
better.
Sydney
something
Olympics
cooler.
sucked.
That was such a
It was a pure
terrible
button
game.
mash game. It was
Yeah.
like sprint, press square, and X
It was
back to
wild.
back.
It sucked, but that's when I think I realized it. I was like, oh my god, Santa's fake as hell.
I remember trying to catch Dad. I remember being a little kid, and being like, I'm going to wait. I was like 5 or 6, and I was like, I'm sleeping next to the tree. I'm going to catch this fat piece of shit. I was like, I know if he's real, I'll find out tonight. And Dad, to his credit, waited until I fell asleep, and he fucking had like bells, and he was like, he made a whole bunch of noise, and he jingled the bells, and he fucking closed and opened the door, and he was like, did you see him? Santa just fucking left. I was like, fuck! I was so pissed. I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
Damn,
I
Dad.
doze off as soon as Santa gets here.
Dad bamboozled your ass, dude.
Bamboozled me. I mean, remember that? One time he tricked me. I came back. There was a period where Dad has a very trickster's energy to him. He has a little bit of Loki to him.
Yeah.
And there was a time where I was coming back. I was getting high, and I don't know if he knew or if he just didn't give a fuck. But there was one time where he tricked me into thinking I ate cat food. Did he ever pull that trick on you? Where I came back stoned as shit, and there was nothing to eat, and I ate a can of tuna, and then I went to take a piss, and he came back, and he was like, dude, we did tuna. He was like, what are you eating? And he was like, I was like, tuna. What do you? I'm like, and I'm paranoid because I'm like, fuck, does he know I'm high?
Yeah.
And I made just like, a sandwich that's 80% mayonnaise and a little. It's like a mayonnaise tuna soup or whatever. And I'm like, I'm on guard. I'm like, fuck, does he know I'm fucking stoned? And he was like, you had tuna? Are you sure? I was like, yes. He was like, take a look at that can. And he had swapped out, while I was pissing, he had swapped out the tuna can with a can of cat food. I was like, what? I ate fucking cat food? And I was freaking out. And he laughed harder than I've ever seen him laugh. He's like, no, you fucking idiot. I just swapped the cans while you were pissing.
He had to have known you were baked.
I don't know. He didn't really know about weed. Dad doesn't know. Neither Mom or Dad knew about weed.
I don't know, dude.
They didn't smoke weed.
I remember when we were in mine and George's room. Gentleman X was there, of course.
Yeah, Gentleman X was just
We were
observing.
hanging out all the time. And you were on the floor, and you were like, you had weed on like a loose leaf paper because you were weighing it.
Oh, right.
And you were in your like weed days in Poly. And Dad, of course, never fucking knocked ever. And he swung the door open so fast.
Go ahead.
He swung the door open so fast that all the weed on the loose leaf paper blew underneath of that little rolling cabinet that we had.
Yeah,
in our room,
yeah,
remember? And it was so fast that you definitely would have been caught. But he swung the door open, and it was all, and you just had like a food scale there, and he was like, "Malaga," he's like, "What are you doing with that?" And you were like, "Oh, I'm just," we were all just panicked, and he was like, "Oh, whatever, I don't fucking know," and then just shut the door. But he definitely knew about weed. I think, I don't know, because he definitely asked me a few times.
Well, no, there's a point where he found like a bowl in my car, but that was kind of late in the game. I think early on he had no idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, they knew when Stav left. They knew all about George's weed smoking.
Did they?
Yeah,
Did George confide in you in this stuff?
he would always come in, eyes red, very stuffy nose, going right to the kitchen, eating whatever he found, and his dad would just stare daggers at him.
Yeah, I remember. We were smoking. We got to the point where we were just smoking weed in the house when no one was. So we were just blowing it out of my bedroom window.
I mean, our window all the time.
Yeah, that is true.
All the time.
Whose window?
Ours.
Well, Gentleman X.
I lived there for a while.
He lived
When Stav left, you roomed with George.
No,
When were you living in our house,
for
Gentleman
like a
X?
couple months.
Don't worry about it, Nick.
All right.
He was there though. You don't remember we built a third bunk bed over top of your bed for Gentleman X?
Vaguely.
I remember it like it was yesterday, crystal clear.
He
Now,
mustn't
Eldis-
have had a lot of space between the ceiling and him sleeping, but
It was comfortable.
Oh,
Better
this-
than the street.
Better than the street, which is where Gentleman X is an orphan.
They used to call me shit. So when I was younger, they would call me, hey, there's shit.
Well, really?
Yeah, they used to call me shit.
who's they? Who would call you shit?
all of Greektown, because I lived in the alleys and stuff.
That's terrible.
But our family took you in.
Then I found a couple books in the dumpster and I read them, and I realized that the better word for shit was excrement.
Oh.
So I said, you know what, man? They want to fuck around. I'll turn around on them. I'm now going to be excrement.
And that's
Short for X. X is short for X.
Right,
People
and then
start
I will
calling
go to
you
library.
X.
I'll get smarter. And I say I'm a gentleman now. So I'm going to be gentleman X.
oh, so gentleman X
Gentleman
isn't,
excrement. Right?
isn't just like a generic name to hide your identity.
No.
That is your nickname.
It evolved from shit.
That's fucking fascinating.
That is fascinating.
And which I know because we've called you Gentleman X our whole lives.
Right.
We grew up with you.
Well, you guys called me shitty when I was like 8.
We did call you shitty back then,
Everyone
but
did.
we didn't know any better. We were just
Even the
kids.
fucking white trash, you fucking parents would smoke crack in the living room and call me shit.
That's so fucked up
All
of
of them.
Dude,
And
I'm
I'll
so
never
sorry.
forget it.
I'm sorry for what you've gone through, but hey, don't let that, poison your heart. It's Christmas after all.
Yeah.
And don't we have questions?
Yes, we do. Let's start with one. I actually think we've never covered this before on
Okay.
the show, but Gabriel from Patreon asks, I have 2 IVF kids. They're young, so we've never talked about them being test tube babies. How did your parents explain it to you, and did you think it was weird?
Oh, that's a good question. Do you remember? I just feel like I always knew.
I mean, I didn't always know, but when they told you guys, I didn't really care.
Right. But try and put yourself in George's
He
shoes.
didn't give a fuck either. He told me.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think anyone really gives a fuck because, I mean, it's not, you have no idea. It doesn't matter at
Yeah,
all.
when
Yeah,
you're a kid,
yeah.
who gives a fuck?
I thought you were IVF because I didn't really know what it was, and then I was like, oh, they just needed like a spark,
Yeah,
To
you
get
had
pregnant.
to fucking,
and then I was like, oh fuck yeah, then they had twins. Like
yeah, you had to
and
prime
then-
the pump.
yeah, and then I realized wait, and then people were like, no, fraternal twins are mostly
Yeah,
a product of
yeah,
IVF.
yeah. Especially the first batch because they would just put a bunch of embryos in there.
Yeah, because a test tube baby was like an insult in middle
Yeah,
school and
but-
high school.
Yes, and I would even use the insult and not even know that it referred to me. And it's also like, who cares about? It's actually cooler because we don't have to imagine our parents fucking nutting in each other.
Exactly.
We were made in a beautiful scientific way. You animals, your fucking dad was going, and he fucking nutted in your mom, and you have to think about that. Not me.
Right.
I think about a learned doctor
Yeah, very primal.
taking jizz out of a fucking test tube and, putting a little rocket ship into my mom's pussy. That's how I think.
I heard Dad was too scared to jerk off in the place, so they put him to sleep and put a needle in his nuts.
They
And
anesthetized
took
him.
jizz out like that.
He was too scared to beat off.
Yeah,
I
'cause he
did
was
hear that
afraid to
too.
piss in public bathrooms.
Yeah, and by dad you mean mine and Stav's dad.
Yeah. That's what I called him for a little bit.
They had to.
Wait,
they
I
had to.
forgot. Did Dad not piss in public bathrooms?
Yeah, he was fucking afraid.
Really?
Yes. One time, you guys took me to Greece with you guys. And we both went to the well. He went first, and then I said, "Oh, I gotta piss too." And it was like hours of drinking, so I knew he had to piss so bad. So did I. And then he came back out, and I was like, "Did you piss?" And he's like, "No." He was like angry. He was like, "No," and I was like, "Why not?" And then like he was just finally like, I can't piss in public, okay?" Like he was mad.
Damn, dude, I don't remember that at
Yeah.
all. That's so fucking funny. But you know what? Now that you're saying it, it's kind of coming back. It's such a weird psych. I get not shitting in public.
I
could
used
shit
to
wherever.
actually.
Huh?
I used to not be able to piss in public.
Same here.
Really?
Yeah, but now it's like I really don't fucking
I
care.
hated the idea of urinals, dude. I'm like, because I don't want to be fucking shoulder to shoulder, and
You just have to piss. Who
Dude,
cares?
one slip and you're touching the guy's cock with your cock.
right.
What?
Yes. That's how close you are to the other guy's cock.
I don't know about that.
Yes. Yes.
There's someone puts
Next
a
thing you
banana
know,
peel.
you're sharing a urinal.
Yep. Even then, you would have to try to rub dicks, I think.
No. Because it's like, what, 12 inches away from the other cock? You slip to the right and the guy's to the right of you.
Yeah, I guess.
You bump shoulders, and then like the fucking whatever, it takes you to the left. The torque. What is it?
Yeah, the torque.
The torque of the fall, you hit shoulders, then you are looking chest to chest after the torque, and then you squash cocks.
And you were terrified of that happening.
And then the guy obviously goes, "Wow, what the fuck are you doing?" And it starts a whole thing.
I guess I never worried about that too much personally. So did you guys overcome pissing in public?
Good now. Yeah.
Yep.
You can piss wherever. What about shitting?
Yeah. Oh, easy.
I don't really like to shit in public, but I will do it.
Right.
Listen, as long as I'm in a stall, obviously.
Yeah.
And I can just layer the toilet seat with enough toilet paper to like break a fall.
Yeah, you love you would get in trouble for using too much toilet paper growing up.
Oh my god!
Nick would use a half a roll every time he shit.
My ass gotta be clean,
It
baby.
was fucking crazy. I feel like that's the most you got yelled at as a child was for your toilet paper usage.
Probably, yeah. The longest, the reason why I would take long in the bathroom is because I spent way more time wiping my ass than actually shitting.
You were paranoid about having a dirty ass.
100%.
I'm still like that, honestly. I clog toilets a lot.
Well, you
yeah, go ahead. Gentleman
took the nastiest shit in history in the upstairs floor of their parents' house. And you could smell it across the entire hallway. And he acted like it was no big deal. And I was like, you've got to be kidding me. That smells so bad. Left the door open, everything. And that little bathroom is nasty. There's no fucking
That was
vent.
embellished because that was in summer.
was not
It was
embellished.
hot. It got
It really
hot
was not
up there.
embellished. It really was not. He does this.
I don't mean your story's
By the way, he
embellished,
does
but
this
the
every
effect
time.
of my shit was way worse.
He can
than
never
the average
admit.
shit.
Yeah, you're
He can
so
never
right.
admit his shit.
He always downplays his shit and his shit
and his
so
gas
much and so
shitters.
often.
Like we all eat like shit. We all like all of our shits and farts can smell terrible. His, for some reason,
No, they're atrocious.
are worse. And I'm not
Yeah.
saying my diet's better. It's just the
No.
way his fucked up guts work. I don't know.
You got a history of
And
GI
his cock is
issues.
not that big.
That's
Whoa.
true.
Hey, what does that have to
That
do
is
with this?
true. That
He
is
should-
true.
Now you're
showed
punching
it.
down.
He has
Gentleman
showed
X.
it. We've seen it a
No.
lot.
Gentleman excrement. Gentleman excrement.
I'm punching up.
I think I remember that shit because we would have to. Because there was a window right above the bathtub, the shower.
Oh yeah.
You had to like.
Sometimes
it.
the only times we've opened it is when Eldis would fucking visit.
It was.
I like.
Uh-oh,
I do.
here we go.
No, I'm not revising anything.
Here we go.
I do remember you were there. I
Let's be
remember.
quiet.
Or Gentleman Next was there. Sorry,
George was there
no,
too.
George
George
was
was there too.
George was
That
there.
fucking loser.
Oh no.
I remember.
George has beef with our brother.
Gentleman's just gonna have a psychotic break.
I always liked Nick. I always liked Nick more than George. Always liked him more.
No, Gentleman X, please,
Gentleman
please,
X,
please.
it's okay.
Gentleman
It's
Next.
all right.
Okay, Gentleman X.
It's Christmas.
It's okay. It's Christmas. It's Christmas.
Gentleman X, Gentleman X.
Okay, Gentleman X.
Frosty's got you, buddy.
It's okay, Gentleman X.
Frosty's got you.
It's okay, Gentleman X.
okay.
Don't worry, man.
Okay, I'm fine now.
Oh, okay. And what's our next question?
Anyway, don't worry. The in vitro kids will be fine.
Future kids will be fine. I didn't give a fuck.
IVF is cool.
And I think now, especially, kids don't fucking care.
Not
It's
at
just
all.
a weird. If you think back in the day, if you did anything that was different, you would get mocked, and they're better off. They're gonna be fine. I don't really think you just have to tell them we needed help having kids. Like that's what they said to us, that they would go to the doctor.
Yeah.
I remember seeing like pictures of them with the doc. Like they fucking loved. Shout out to Dr. Garcia. They fucking loved that guy. They would talk about Dr. Garcia all the time.
Yeah, that's a name that popped up a lot now that I think
Because they were,
about it.
he's the reason they had these beautiful sons.
Yeah.
So yeah, you just tell them that you needed, if anything, tell them you needed help to get pregnant, and and then eventually they'll put it together, and who really gives a fuck? I do love. Sometimes people are like, they're so fucking stupid. They're like, how can a child born in a cold laboratory setting cannot fully be human? It can't really have a soul. It's like, shut the fuck up, man. God's not fucking real. Just fucking jizz goes into a pussy and makes a kid, and sometimes you could just fucking make it in a lab.
He's real. God made
Go ahead, gentlemen. I'm
God
sorry.
made humans. He gave them the intelligence to create the things they need.
Right.
Okay.
Through God, IVF was created.
Okay.
So, because it got multiply. That's what he said in the Bible.
That's true.
Jit.
Gentleman
true.
X, you sit up a little bit.
Why do I not sound good?
You sound great.
I think it's a visual thing.
Yeah.
Is it? My fault.
That's right,
What's the
gentlemen.
next question, Eldis?
Here's another interesting one. On an episode the other month with Sagalo, Stav was talking about his dad's politics, but got cut off by a joke. I was interested to know how dad's political views in America were influenced by having grown up in post-fascist Greece.
He's a really, really deep political thinker. That's for sure. He really has a lot of well-defined politics.
Yeah, for someone who dealt with all that shit, you'd think he thinks a
I
lot
know.
deeper about it.
He literally was, and he was involved in anti-fascist, like what Antifa pretends to be. Him and his friends were, allegedly setting bombs and doing cool shit and telling fascists to go fuck themselves. But now he's just does not give a fuck whatsoever about politics. He can't vote, obviously. For most of his whole adult life, for 40 years he hasn't voted because he's a Greek citizen. He's here on a visa, he's a permanent alien, so permanent resident alien. So he's never had to even vote. So I don't think he's thought about politics for 1 second. I would say he's probably less conservative than his dumb Greek friends, but he just doesn't have any thoughts whatsoever.
That's interesting. My parents, too, were talking about how they were, so anti-communist. They went to, protests and shit. They went to this, famous one in Tirana where they, pulled down a big-ass statue of Enver Hoxha. And it was damn, that's crazy because, it's crazy to think of my dad, politically
Your
incensed
dad-
enough
yeah.
to go to a fucking
Your dad
rally.
giving a fuck about anything. It's so at least I can see our dad being young and mad at a government that was completely taking away his basic rights as a young person, and so he would just do some. Honestly, terrorism for the right reason seems kind of fun. You know what I mean? For the right reasons. If you're 17, you're on a fucking motorcycle and you're throwing a fucking bomb at some guy.
Yeah.
Maybe this is going on the Patreon now that I think about it. We've talked about reindeer getting gang banged. We've talked about being a
I think
terrorist.
this should go on the Patreon. Yeah. I'm thinking about all my clients.
Yeah, it's going on the
See
Patreon.
this on YouTube.
Yeah, it's going on the Patreon.
We'll heavily edit this down to a tight 45 minutes.
Gentleman X has been George the whole time.
X is George.
Now that it's going on the Patreon.
George, you've been
God.
Gentleman
Holy
X
shit.
the whole time.
Dude, George has had a Fight Club life.
Gentleman X is your Tyler Durden.
Oh my God, dude. Gentleman X is Tyler Durden for George.
It took me a while to realize, but yes. I get no sleep. I told you guys before I'd wake up just staring in the mirror, all
Right.
fucked up.
Holy fuck,
And,
dude.
yeah.
That's crazy.
Anyway.
My mind is blown, dude.
That's awesome. But yeah, I don't
I'm
think
so happy you're here, George.
our mom could vote, and she's very, she's very leftist, and
Did she vote?
She did.
Yeah.
She voted Green Party all day long. Pretty useless,
she
you
voted
ask
for
me.
she voted for Kamala.
she voted for Kamala this time. I definitely got her to vote green when I was a kid. I've talked about that. I convinced her to vote for Ralph Nader.
Mr. French. Mr. French was a green guy, right? Remember?
Oh,
Fourth
yeah.
grade? That's the first time I ever heard or realized there was a green party or something.
Yeah, dude, legalize it.
Legalize it. Yeah, I was on the phone with mom, and she was like, "So, what did you think of the election?" And I was like, "I wonder who Dad would have voted."
Yeah, I
for.
wonder what the vibes are like at the
Yeah.
coffee house. He spends literally all his time.
And mom was like, "Well, he's a Democrat, so he hates Trump. He hates
He's not a
Trump."
Democrat. What is he fucking talking
That's
about?
why I said I heard that. I was like, "What?"
He's not anything. I mean, again, he comes from leftist people, and he's not as conservative as the rest of his 65-year-old Greek friends, but
They're pretty conservative. That
Those
group.
guys are. Those guys are
that
fucking
group is
idiots.
wild. They're so
Those
dumb.
guys are fucking stupid as shit. Yeah, they're just like they're super conservative. They just cheat on all their taxes. I love those guys. They are pretty funny though. They have they're really open minded when it comes to issues of race and gender.
Yeah.
It's crazy how like not racist dad is compared to them.
Seriously, man.
It's insane. Like where it's anyway.
I didn't get kicked out when I brought a black girl home.
No, they were actually
That shows you something.
they actually weren't weird about it in a way that surprised me.
Yes.
They were happy you had a girlfriend. Actually, they were like, "Yeah, hell yeah."
Well, Dad did go, what is she, Puerto Rican or something? When he picked me up in the painter's van from high school. I said, if you want to, I don't know. In your head, it doesn't matter what she is, dude. Yes, she's Puerto Rican, whatever.
So shout out to Big Manny,
Big Manny, Noli,
Big Manny Halkias.
okay, Noli.
What else we got, Eldis?
You know, not to get too serious on Christmas, but is there any childhood secret you'd like to confess now that the statute of limitations has passed, like breaking one of your brother's toys or something?
I don't know. I think it was all pretty out in the open.
Yeah.
We all just pretty. If we had if there was one cross to bear, it was George could never have any food at all in our house. George could never save any treats because between me and Nick, we would always eat his stuff.
Yeah.
And it was like. I even felt bad while I was doing it, but I was like, I mean, I'm not eating this chocolate. And he's going to be sad, but I'm fatter than I am. I'm more fat than I am empathetic as a child.
Right.
So, I would like to apologize yet again, George, for all the chocolate bunnies.
That's why I'm a pig now. I got to eat chocolate all the time.
All the Cocoa Puff, your share of the Costco 3-pack that we would divvy up, and then we would just, we ended up eating.
Yeah, dude.
I'm trying to think. Anything else you guys can think of?
Yeah, no, because everything else was like revenge driven. So we wanted them to know. If I broke his or he broke mine.
Yeah, I really don't think there were.
Like, watch this.
It was. Yeah, most of it was to send a message. It wasn't even about. You're right.
Yeah, I remember when I bought a GameCube myself. And I was playing Stav in. Do you remember this, George? I don't remember this. I was playing Stav in a game, and I was easily the best at video games.
Yeah. Fuck you.
I beat Stav in something. He got so fucking mad. He like ripped the GameCube out of the wall and all its hookups, and just fucking like punted it, like threw it across the room, bashed into the cement wall, and I was just like. I bought that GameCube with my own money, or it was like a name day present for me.
Oh fuck!
Because the last one, the Christmas one, broke. Then we got like a PlayStation or something, and I really like GameCube. And so my godmother got me like. I didn't even know what to say.
Didn't we have a functioning GameCube though? Still after
Yeah,
that?
because mom made you basically.
Oh yeah, I had to buy you
get me another one
with all my money.
Yeah, it was like $450.
He's like all my money. You know what? Worth it. It felt so good in that moment to kick that GameCube.
Fuck you.
Damn, dude, that's so fucking funny. I have a beautiful memory that forgets all the horrific things I've done.
I remember it. I remember seeing it slow motion just break into a million.
What were we
little
playing?
pieces. Some sports. It was like Madden or something, probably.
I beat Stav in FIFA once. He got so fucking pissed.
Yeah, this motherfucker.
I beat this motherfucker without even trying, and he instantly wanted a rematch. He was like, "Fuck you!" when he beat me.
We were
"All
rage
right."
quitters in the era before like online gameplay.
Yeah.
Like I would just be playing No Mercy on N64, and like Stephanie McMahon would beat me,
Yeah.
and I'd be like, "Fuck!"
Yeah.
Just like throw the controller.
Absolutely. Destroyed a lot of controllers in our household. We were down to a lot of shitty Mad Cats controllers because fucking destroyed all the good ones.
Yeah.
$15 at EB Games.
Can't beat it.
I wonder what do you. It's so funny to think about our parents dealing with that.
Yeah.
Like our mom being like, "What? Like, what do you
That's
even
so
fucking
wild.
do if your fucking dumbass kid destroys the
Over,
most
like, the
expensive
dumbest
thing
shit.
he owns?"
I mean, yeah, would walk in because we had the game the N64 in her room for a while.
Oh, right.
And she would walk in, and I would just be on her bed playing N64, just screaming. And then she'd be like, Nico, that's the last time you're playing. And I was like, get out!
Yeah.
I was like, yo, stop! I need to win this match! I need to win the match!
You don't get it. What have you been through? Shut up.
Shut the fuck up. We get it. You fled the Nazis. I'm trying to beat the Dudley boys in the tables, ladders, and chairs match. You fucking bitch. Oh,
God damn, dude.
Yeah, so we were pretty out in the open with it. Eldis, do you have any childhood secrets you'd like to confess?
No, not at all. Do I have? I don't know. I've talked about it, but I like used to like play with my dick when me and my sister shared a bedroom sometimes at night. She like kind of caught me one time.
That's interesting.
She was like, "Are you jerking off?" I was like, "No." This is like super young.
How young we
15.
talking here?
This was at the Baltimore Street apartment, so I
it
must.
had to
I think
be,
I was like maybe
what,
7
4th,
or
5th
something.
grade?
Maybe 7
When'd
or
you
8.
move out of
something
there?
like that.
Fourth or you moved in
The,
6th grade?
the end of 4th grade,
End of
beginning of
4th
5th grade. I moved. Yeah.
Yeah. Hilarious stuff. Yeah, no secret. Everything's pretty out in the open.
I'm racking my brain.
I mean, there were times where we caught each other beating off and we pretended we didn't.
Whatever. Who cares? You know.
But that's all classic stuff.
Classic.
That's classic living with three boys.
Part of growing up, man.
Yeah.
Did you guys' mom ever catch you beating off?
No, thank
My
God.
dad did, but he was a gentleman about it too.
Yeah.
He kept it moving, but yeah, no mom, thank God.
I feel like sometimes, like, I kind of remember, like, my mom a couple times in high school, like, walking in when I had the covers over me, beating my dick. And you just have to do that thing where, like, you instantly stop and you look super alert in your eyes when they walk in. And you're like, hey, what's up?
Look, I just woke up. I just woke up from a
I
nap.
was taking a nap. You're sweating.
Yeah.
I was napping.
What's going
Your
on?
cheeks are so red.
I mean, I've told you guys about it, but I, like, mastered the fucking beating off technique when it was just my grandma in the house. Like, I beat off with my bedroom door open because you could hear her coming up the stairs.
Yeah, you
easier.
preferred that
That's
because
tricky.
Sure.
It gave you stealth instead of cover.
You just like put the speaker volume low, but she also can't hear shit, so
Yeah,
you can like still hear the fucking porn
Ball. You know how many times I heard that?
sounds. What?
Ball. You would just say ball at the top of his lungs.
Yeah.
I'd be
What
like,
is
are
ball?
Yes,
mean?
in Albanian.
Oh,
is
yes.
Nena.
they? Vez. Yeah, she used to make us some Vez, boy.
Yeah.
That's
All right.
eggs.
Oh, yeah. The Sulas love themselves some eggs.
Oh yeah. Let me do one more Halkias Bros specific one here. Then we have a couple. Well, here, let me just do this one. Do you remember any nightmare meals, dishes with your family? When my mother was in the hospital, my brother and I had to get fed by our father, who made some disgusting sausages one night that we threw away and also fed to our dog. Lots of frozen chicken patties and sadness during that time.
Interesting.
I remember one. Let me know
Too
if you
many,
guys
though.
remember
Yeah,
one specific.
Go ahead.
Mom left. I can't remember. I think she went to Greece or something.
Oh my God, I think I have the same exact one. Go ahead.
Tell
Dad
me.
made these like fucked up potatoes and eggs type of
Oh
deal.
my God, it's the same fucking meal.
They were fucked up, overcooked. Like the
Yeah.
eggs were dry as shit.
I actually remember
I
those.
was like, "What the fuck?" We had to eat it. I think
That
Or
was
I-
that was a really sad time because she was going for tragedy. Our aunt
Yeah.
passed away.
Yeah.
And so it was like, and the only good times I don't know if you guys even got to go, but sometimes they would let other people Dad would just have to have other people babysit us, and then the food was incredible. Because I remember one time I was at the mysterious and elusive Big P's house, who's actually the new Gentleman X is Big P. We have to have him on in a V for Vendetta mask. And it was the first time I ever had Taco Bell. And that was awesome. To go from Dad's dog shit cooking to Taco Bell was
sounds
like
so good.
incredible. And we didn't have tacos?
I
like-
never had tacos until I was like 10 or something.
Yeah, like it was at a friend's house. We never had, and then we started getting those shitty shell. We would have taco night, which was pretty sick. That was a dark time. I remember those shitty potato and eggs. Because didn't your nonna make a good version of those, Nick?
Yeah, my nonna killed it. Anytime we'd go, we'd sleep on the waterbed, like Jimmy's waterbed and shit. She would just like feed us whatever the fuck we wanted.
But she would. I feel like she had a specific potato. Someone had a potato and egg dish that I think he was trying to make. It was like fries and just scrambled eggs. It's like a little kid meal.
Okay. So the one I'm thinking about then, we were a little older and Mom was in Greece with but we were in high school.
Oh, okay.
You were in college, and I sat down and it's me and George, and Dad brings out like a saucepan, so it's like a deep pan, and this motherfucker has a can of Vienna sausages, like 2 cans, rips them open, dumps them in the saucepan, and then just cracks like 12 eggs into the fucking thing, and he just starts mixing it up.
God damn, that's
and it's just
crazy.
like bubbling, and it's like this weird Vienna sausage egg souffle.
the juice of the Vienna sausage.
Oh my god, it was disgusting, dude. It was so gross. He would literally pour the juice of the can inside. So it took forever for the eggs to even cook. It was disgusting. And he was like, "Hello, it's good, right?
Yeah.
It's good." I was like, "Yeah."
Legend has it he cooks his dinner now on a grill indoors. That's just the word on the street. I've not witnessed it myself.
Oh, fuck, that's
I
awesome.
don't know. Just saying.
Yeah. I also feel like Mom is incredible at sweets.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's such a
very
good
good at
She's
baker.
so good at baking. And she had a couple banger meals. Like, remember ribs? She would crush those ribs with the onions.
Yeah.
The beer and onion ribs.
That's
those were
fucking
great.
good.
But her day-to-day can be like salmon. Sometimes she would crush a recipe and then she just lost the match. She made it great the first time. Like, salmon went from the best thing we had to like just the worst meal I've ever had in my life. And now I've become like scientific with how I cook my salmon.
Yeah. I think back to that and I'm like, God, Mom was going through such a fucking terrible time.
know.
She probably
That's
had no
why, yeah.
no energy to
No,
actually
of
make or
course.
like season anything.
She had
was just
two
a
jobs.
homemaker with a decent husband.
Oh, she'd be
She'd
great.
be making great meals
But she
every
had
day.
2 jobs, and we were fucking angry pieces
Yeah.
of shit who ate so much. That's the other thing.
Yeah.
She didn't have to just make like a little bit of food. Leftovers didn't even fucking exist in our home. She couldn't. We would crush, or however much food was in the fridge, we were eating it. There was no like saving shit in our household. man.
My favorite was the baked chicken and rice in the oven.
Oh, that was
And
pretty good.
Remember that?
That was
Like they would just
classic.
have like
is
chicken
good.
drumsticks and chicken
Yes,
fries, and it was
and the
just
fat
a
would go into
huge
the
bed
rice.
of like
That
jasmine
was
rice in the
fucking
oven.
And
awesome.
a buttery ass fucking
that
butter,
chicken fat
oil,
in the
chicken
fucking.
fat.
Oh, that was awesome.
So good.
Yeah, there were some nice ones, but yeah, we've had some definitely some.
The
nightmare
remember
meals.
when Dad was obsessed with like frozen Jamaican like beef
Oh,
patties?
bro.
Yeah, that was awesome. Actually,
I still love those now. 'cause
those
of
are
that.
good.
I love those.
Well, we would also have like gyro slices.
Yeah,
For a
the
while,
steakums. Yeah,
he
it
had
was like
basically
steakums.
Greek steakums. That was awesome. Because he would also shop at the same restaurants that he would. Yeah, he would shop at. He would shop at the restaurants that shitty Greek places would get all their stuff from. So we kind of had the same ingredients at a low rent Greek restaurant. We had that tub of tzatziki.
Yeah.
And the huge 1,000 slices of pre-cut gyro and pita bread. So we had some. It was like in the in-between times between good food where Mom had some time to make it, and then bad food when they were so busy we just got pizza or like pre-made frozen shit. It was the middle time where it was like she was trying to cook healthier she was just trying but she couldn't hack it. That's when we had some fucking strange meals, or anytime Dad had to cook. Did your father ever cook once?
Not really. Honestly, he would just tell my grandma or my mom he was hungry, and they would just make some bullshit.
Oh yeah, I
for him.
forgot his mother lived with him his whole life.
Well, after my mom passed away, my dad did start getting down in the kitchen a little, but like it was just like the oiliest version imaginable of whatever you can think. Like he had like a go-to dish. It was like spaghetti that he made with like canned clams and tomato sauce. And it was like kind of good. And I was like shocked he could even pull a dish like that off.
Yeah.
Tastes like tomatoey pasta with clams, but it was just like, I don't know, so oily and just something was off. But
The common denominator between Dad cooking is taking emergency supplies, and they're plan A. Vienna sausages is so disgusting. Canned clams is fucking. That's
Canned
your
clams is wild. Dude.
It's like just get some fresh fish, like shrimp, and put it in there.
Yeah.
Whatever.
He would like try to cook. My sister was like living with him then too, and she would just like end up cutting all his vegetables and basically cooking it. And he'd throw the shit in the pan.
Yeah.
But no, he never really cooked.
May he rest in peace.
Yep.
May he be in heaven making a souffle right now. Having canned oysters in heaven.
Canned clams, maybe.
In Albanian heaven, a.k.a. hell.
That's pretty nice.
Shit.
It's pretty good down here. You get force fed till you're completely glutted, and then keep getting force fed after that.
Doesn't sound so bad.
Let me jump into a call here. That's not Halkias
Sure.
specific.
Is it call time?
Not. This isn't a call, but we can kick it off with this one.
All right.
It's like a common
You
question.
tell me. I've lost track of time. You tell me if it's time for calls.
Yeah. We'll start calls after this, but FLSP from Patreon, a gentleman next in his own right, asks, Christmas question from Europe, so I can call in. I filed for divorce a few weeks ago.
Uh-oh.
My wife wants to keep having sex for as long as we don't have a partner, at least.
Damn.
We were married for 15 years. I'm 47 years old.
Whoa.
But women typically really like me. I would have no problem finding a new relationship. But to be honest, I've never had better sex than with my wife.
Whoa.
We've been practicing for 30 years. No secret kinks. There's no way it'll get better than that. But I could easily find someone hotter than her. Is it a bad idea to just become lovers for as long as that works? We've been fucking at least once a day for the last few weeks and agreed not to discuss feelings anymore.
What the fuck?
It's just fucking and a 10-second hug max. That works for me, but it also feels like I'm in a porn movie. We've been to therapy and all that stuff. We can't be married anymore. That's over.
Why? This is
Why can't you just do that while being married?
This
I'm
we don't have enough
confused.
information here. That's crazy.
Yeah, why did they get divorced?
That's true.
They scream at each other all day and then they fucking it's awesome.
I mean, maybe
I
they could be
I could see a
friends,
I could see
it
a
sounds
situation
like.
where like sex is easier when like, you know, you put all the relationship baggage aside, but whether or not you like admit it or talk about it, I feel like the history of your like relationship is always going to be there.
Well, here's the thing. If this guy's so sure, and by the way, he could have called in, you fucking dumbass. But you already read his fucking question, Eldis, so we'll allow this. And he's a Patreon subscriber. And you know what? It's Christmas, or it's close to Christmas, because now this is on the Patreon. And we'll figure something else for the Christmas episode. But I think if he's so sure he can get somebody better, like, here's the thing: you're not married anymore. That's over. So either way, you should be dating other people. If you want to use your ex-wife as like a nice sort of transition to somebody else, that's fine. But don't in your head, don't say, you know what, we're not married anymore. I have some free time. I'm going to pursue other interests, and I know I can get a nut off whenever I want. This isn't a plan. This is like driving around on a spare tire instead of like getting you. It's like winter's coming, and you have a a patched spare that you're driving on, and it's like, that can't be your plan, brother. You want to do this another couple weeks, whatever. Divorces are weird. People have weird relationships. Some people can maintain friendships. Some people even can maintain physical relationships. But that's not your ultimate answer. So you have to be moving towards the next phase of your life, and you have to understand that this woman will not be around. And at some point, fucking her will end. This is strange. This is bad. But if you need to do some bad stuff to get through a divorce and pretend everything's fine for a little bit, whatever. Divorces are weird, and that's better than doing fucking heroin, is getting pussy from your wife. That's fine. But like, this is a bad thing you're doing that will, the longer you do it, it's probably the less healthy it is. And like, this is basically, you've taken breakup sex to its absolute, you've stretched it absolutely as thin as it gets. And you got to move on eventually. You know, hit some skins a couple more times. Hopefully by the time this comes out, you've stopped fucking her.
I can buy myself pussy.
Yeah, buy some pussy. You're in
I
Europe.
can buy myself weed. I can buy myself whiskey.
Yep.
Buy myself a Switch. Dude,
Yeah. Go ahead, George.
he's fine.
He's fine. You think you should keep fucking his ex-wife?
No, though. He should not.
Yeah.
He should stop doing that.
Stop doing that. And yeah, you're in Europe. You could probably buy some nice pussy.
You think he's in France?
Did he say we're in Europe?
Because if he's
He
in
didn't
France, none of that
specify.
matters.
But
right?
that's interesting. You think they have a more lackadaisical attitude towards the sex in Europe or something,
Yeah.
where they could like pull this off better than Americans?
Are they
Yeah.
European?
Yeah,
I
the guys
think
in
so.
You
Europe.
have to assume.
I mean, either way, this is not.
So horrible.
This is weird. You know, and probably what's going to happen is as soon as his ex-wife starts dating someone, she will never contact him again.
Yeah, this is such a bad idea. It's one thing being amicable and like getting over your divorce, but fucking each other nonstop until
Just shaking hands. Well, that was nice. Thank you for the
a
pussy.
10-second hug.
Oh,
He probably fights back tears so hard after every hug.
yeah. I mean, even though it was Eldis reading it, there was so much denial in that fucking.
100%.
I would love to hear his voice. I would
Yeah.
love to be able to hear his voice. That it wasn't Europe. He just knows he would betray himself if he spoke to us. So anyway, I would love to get this guy. See if we can get him on a live call because he could probably do Discord.
All right.
That would be really fun to talk to him at some point. All right. Well, shall we jump into some fucking
Yes, let's.
some
do it.
calls?
Yes.
Hey, Stav. Hey, Eldis. Hey, guest. I'll just jump right into it. For context, I'm a 25-year-old housekeeper. I'm a private housekeeper, so I work for one family. It's kind of like the nanny or the Brady Bunch. I work for a really wealthy family. They take really good care of me. It's the best job I've ever had in the
That's
world.
awesome.
I really don't have any problems with the family or anything like that. My main question is, how would you deal with a lady who makes voodoo dolls? For context, this lady is my property manager. She is the caretaker of this property. She is the boss. She's very laid back most of the year, very chill. You know, she's kind of strange. She's a vegetarian, but then like she's kind of racist. She'll be like talking about like Latino people or like Mexican people. She'll just call them like amigos. Or, you know, I'm Native American. She asked if I had like a spirit animal, you know, just kind of crazy things like that. But really we get along really well. And in confidence, she told me, you know, I told her I worked for this crazy lady before and she was voodooing her husband to her, basically. And she just told me there's really nothing wrong with that and that she does that all the time. And I was like, wow, I was really
that's what you
receptive.
get.
I didn't say anything bad. But she basically told me that she makes voodoo dolls.
Awesome.
And,
awesome. She rules.
you know, we get along. It's really great. But around the holidays, I live in a ski town.
Around the
for some
holidays, my
context, so everybody
my
comes
right
for-
thigh really starts hurting and feels like someone's stabbing a needle into it, actually. Anyway, sorry, keep going.
Context, so everybody comes for the holidays. They come to ski, come to do all bunch of things, and she just gets pretty stressed out around the holidays when people come, and she just doesn't know how to manage or regulate her emotions, kind of thing. And you know, I really like her. I care about her. I just don't want to piss her off. I'm kind of scared of her. But, like, what would you do in this situation if you knew somebody could make a voodoo doll of you
I'm sure.
and do bad things to you?
Do you believe she has powers? What? How fucking stupid is our caller? You think the voodoo doll is... You think this dumb bitch can actually hurt you through voodoos?
Is this a white lady making voodoo dolls? Like, does she
I
have
can't tell. She could
no
be black.
culture, like no cultural.
It's a ski town. She's vegetarian. That signals white to
She's
me a
white.
little bit.
Ski Town is what does it for me. But otherwise, if it was the South, I mean, because black people can be some of the most racist, the hilarious racist people, especially calling Latinos amigos. That feels like I know plenty of black people that dabble in some anti-Latino racism. So I guess I'm assuming the whole Ski Town, she's Native American. I'm assuming this is a white lady, but either way, white or black, it's a fucking weird, some weird bitch. And how, by the way, how much did the caller step in it by like, she's like, you know what? Here's something safe that I can bond with this weirdo with. I'll make fun of the lady who's making a voodoo doll. And the lady's like, actually, that's like she getting fucking called out for being ignorant because you're trashing voodoo is so, to a racist person, is so funny.
That's awesome, dude. I guess I would just respect her as much as possible and not piss her off.
I would
if
keep
you're
my
scared,
distance.
If you're scared of the inevitability of becoming having a voodoo doll or,
This woman has learned a dark art. Do the world a favor and kill this bitch. Okay?
No.
Kill this bitch.
Maybe this can be a free episode.
Fuck her. I'm not afraid of that bitch. She can stick pins in me all she wants.
Because you're protected through the Lord.
I have the Lord's power, like in my veins. He's given me weapons to deal with the evil on this earth, and I adjudicate His will. If I ever ran into this bitch, you better believe she'd be in pieces on the side of the highway, Jesus Christ style. You feel me?
Interesting. You
Kill her.
Don't. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and say, don't kill her.
Don't kill her.
Don't
No, no shooting, no hacking.
I would say anybody who's into any weird shit, here's what you do. You can't be seen to be going back on your relationship. You don't want her, after she tells you she's into voodoo, or the same thing, anybody who's like into like witchcraft or Satanist shit, you don't want to be like, make it clear that you're freaked out and you're like suddenly pulling back, because that will piss them off and that will be fucking weird. You have to keep the relationship but you don't make it any closer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're like, you keep it exactly where it is, and you just are nice to them. You don't bring up fucking voodoo anymore. You keep it very surface level. You learned a harsh lesson here, which is, don't fucking try and get to know your weird coworkers. You don't want to fucking know what's underneath.
That's
if
so
they
funny, dude.
if they have made themselves, if it is clear that they're weird, when all you say is hello, how are you doing? How was your weekend? If it's clear on that surface level relationship that they're fucking weird, you don't want to dig underneath that. Something else is coming. Keep it surface level. Treat her nicely. Don't be afraid of the voodoo. I don't think she's going to harm you.
And yet again, save some room for if it is real.
And then just in case, be nice to her. Get her a candy bar. Get her a macaron if you go to the bakery. Get her something. But yeah, treat her just like you. Literally, it comes down to treat her like you would anyone else.
Or
Just be
learn
nice
the
to her.
dark art yourself and go head to head.
That is true. See if you're adventurous, see if you can learn some voodoo
Don't do
from
it.
her.
Do 100 Our Fathers in the dark, 2 lit candles on each side of you. All right? Charcoal, grab some charcoal, put a cross on your forehead.
Okay.
All right? Think about her while you're praying. You'll find a weapon. God will manifest a weapon around you somewhere. And that's the weapon you use to send her to her rightful fucking resting place. Hell.
All right.
Well
Two
said.
opposing views.
Well
choose
said.
whichever one is. Choose whichever one.
She called in.
Next question, Eldis.
Yo, Stavvy baby. Big fan. Eldis, incredible job on fucking up every time you have to play something on the podcast.
Fuck you, bitch.
Got a quick question. Not sure exactly what I'm supposed to buy my significant other for the holiday season. I know the podcast is a little behind, so it'll come out probably months after. But shit, maybe it'll help for
Fuck
next year.
you.
I'm not too specific on what this lady wants, and she's kind of vague on what she wants. I have maybe like 1, 2 gift
This
ideas. And, yeah, I'm just trying to see if maybe you know some untapped wisdom on how to get some more information out of her without her knowing
Information.
that I'm
okay.
buying her something. That's pretty much it. Thanks for the answering my call. Hope everybody has a
Interesting.
great day. Thanks.
Well, good job, Eldis, picking this one when we knew it was going to come out right around Christmas, and we just pre-recorded other ones that came out before. But that's okay,
It could help him next year.
I guess.
And this could possibly come out right before Christmas, maybe.
Sure. That's a great point, Eldis. So his question was, at first I thought I was going to make fun of him because I thought his question was, "Wait, what's a good present for any woman?" But it became an actual question at the end, which is, how do you kind of softly siphon information out of your wife without being too obvious, just kind of like, you know what I mean, seeing what she wants. Now, for me, I think, now you guys tell, I'm the only one here. I'm a young, eligible bachelor. I'm not dealing. What is everybody laughing at?
Nothing. Go on.
What is everybody laughing at? Stop laughing so much, Eldis. I'm not dealing with these issues, so I cede the floor to you. I have some general thoughts, but what do you guys think?
I think getting information is kind of hard, and if you want to be a good gift giver to your
Right.
significant other, you just have to. I don't know. He did say like, what do I get this lady? And it's like, I don't know whether he's trying to be.
He's probably trying to be a little
cool or
funny.
something like that. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't hurt to literally ask.
Yeah, I mean, how long have they been together? Because at a certain
Yeah.
point, it's like, who are we fucking kidding?
Yeah,
here?
at some point it's just I don't know. Taking notes like when you're out and about, or if you're trying to be very vigilant and purposeful about finding something out and just taking mental notes and in terms of what they like or what
That's
they
not a
don't
bad idea.
like. And
Going out for a walk, being like, let's go out to the mall.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? And like just seeing what she responds to.
like
is
almost
huge.
deriving a reaction out of something that she sees, or maybe she sees something she wants. She's like, oh, I really like those, or something
Yeah.
like that. And then you just go for it. And then
Right.
as long as the thought is what counts, and you can, either butcher it or come close, and even coming close is good enough at that point. But, but it does take a lot of effort to be a good gift giver.
Yeah, it's a lot of just listening in the background.
Totally.
Like, you just have to, what it comes down to is spending quality time with your partner and being attentive and just like making mental notes.
If there's a friend that you trust that she has that you could reach out to, be like, hey, has so and so mentioned anything? Like, does she like something? Does she want
spitballing.
anything? George and
Eldis?
Eldis are beefing.
No, I'm next.
Oh, go ahead, George.
We last birthday we were making a whole lot of money. I was in between jobs, okay, and
It's okay, George.
I got her favorite dinner we hadn't had in a while. That made her very happy.
That's
What
nice.
was it?
Fucking Di Pasquale's actual food, not like the sandwiches.
Oh.
And I got her like a pair of shoes she wanted or something. You just got to pay attention, literally.
Yeah.
He's just not even paying attention to shit she says.
Yeah.
Because they like a woman, they'll always go like, "Oh wow, that looks really fun," or like, "Wow, look at that." Type shit.
Right.
All you gotta do is be like, "Okay, check." What did she say? I like.
Yeah.
If you don't know, you can customize. You can get her a dildo a half-inch shorter than your cock.
Oh.
So that way your cock always feels nicer and bigger.
Oh, that's
And you
smart.
take her out to Carrabba's, Olive Garden, whatever fucking Italian restaurant you got around there.
Yeah. Half inch is smart. Half inch shorter is smart. Eldis?
I need to get better about
don't
this
know.
myself, but a good way. I mean, you just
Eldis,
gotta
like, get her a
don't
gift
fucking
card. Eldis, like, get her a Starbucks gift
She
card.
got a few gift cards a couple of years in the beginning, but it's all good. I haven't gotten her a gift card in a long time.
That's good, dude.
But
Loser, yeah.
I mean, you just really got to get good about taking notes throughout the year. Start that note in your notes app, and when she says something offhand, you just got to write that down so you have some ideas to start with. I'll also sometimes you could start with like, oh, maybe she'll like a sweater or something, and you could like fish for like, oh,
sweater.
what's up with your, or whatever it is, be like, oh, what's up with your gray sweater that is shitty, something she might want replaced or something, and see what she says. And
Yep.
I don't know, you can
Or-
work backwards like that.
Or you could find the guy at her office that wants to fuck her and you can kidnap him and be like, "What the fuck has she been talking about? You fucking piece of shit! I'm gonna fucking kill you if you don't tell me."
Unless you tell me what she likes.
Yeah, because she does probably have a weasel in her office trying to fuck her. That's a classic.
Or if there's like a woman that she like is annoyed, she's always like, "Oh my god, Tabitha was being such a fucking bitch." You kill that bitch. You chop her body up and put her on the side of the highway, and you take pictures. You go, "Look what I did for you."
George.
But you have to do it in a
No.
The room has to be dark. You have to stand over her. You be like, "Look what I did for you," and you have to look like this.
You have to be looking
Are
down
you
at her.
happy? Yeah.
And is that related to the Lord at all, or is that personal?
Yeah, that's personal. That's personal.
Okay,
I
because it
wouldn't
sounded
do
pretty
it.
similar to what you wanted to do to
Those
the
are
lady.
really cool gift ideas.
It sounded pretty similar to what you want to do to that lady who practiced witchcraft or voodoo.
I'm also going to get my wife a better present this year because I have a job.
Good job, dude.
Good job.
So dinner and shoes.
What are you gonna
That's
get
when
her?
you're. I don't know. I got to listen to something. I got to wait and listen to what she says.
I'll say
Probably a
too,
fucking vacation or something.
Oh, that's nice.
that's pretty good.
No.
I think
Vacation's always good.
That is a good idea, honestly.
I think a big thing too is like you don't need it. I feel like don't wait too long and think of like a few smaller gifts you can give her. Part of the fun of opening gifts is just like, oh, there's another
Yeah.
thing. You have like a few things like that. It doesn't have to be the craziest, most expensive
No, a
thing.
few cheap things that are thoughtful, and then one big thing. It is fun to. It's fun to create a gift platter.
Right.
Yeah.
Where it's like the appetizers, the main course, and then a little dessert. You know what I mean? Like of different things. Some
Yeah.
Yeah,
basics.
I did that. I did that early on, and I had like she wanted a gym bag, and so I got her that gym bag, and then he farted into the microphone, and then I just put a bunch of other like small things in there, and then
Oh,
I
your
had
dick. You put your dick
no.
in
I
there?
put a dildo a half inch smaller than my dick.
Smart.
Anyway, yeah, I did the gift platter, but no one cares. So just kill her.
You don't like her parents?
Kill the person who's trying to fucking.
You don't like her parents? Okay, get them drunk. All right, get them drunk. Toss them on the floor, like to the point where they can't even fucking. You get them nice and drunk. Toss them on the floor. You record them. You start badgering them till they start crying. Then you video. You record. You go, say you're sorry. She's beautiful. Why would you do that to her when she was a kid? And then in like the corner of the video, you can have a knife or a gun pointing at him, and go, I protect her now. I do. You guys are done. You hear me? Done. If I want to, you'll be in her life. If I want to, not you. And you send that to her.
And she'll.
And you go, happy birthday, sweetheart.
I love you so much. I love you so much. Nothing will ever come
We're
between us.
never separating in a million years.
No matter what. That's a great idea.
The world will know my anguish if we separate. Trust me.
That's a great idea, man. Next question, Eldis. Oh, what do you mean you got to piss? Okay, Eldis, you took the carrot out of your ass. It had gotten too far up in your ass and it was starting to tickle. And you took it out, and now we're back, and we are ready for another call.
What's up, Stavvy, Eldis, esteemed guest? I just came to the realization that I am a serial rebound for all the women that I've been with in my life.
All of them?
Kind of looking back at college up
That's
until now,
awesome.
I'm 27. Every girl I've kind of had, a situation with, a relationship, or kind of dated for a little while, fling, hook up, whatever you want to call it, had either been coming out of like a long-term relationship or a recent relationship, and then we start hanging out, having fun, hooking up, and then it goes on for a few months before they either leave and then find someone that they actually like, I guess, have a long-term thing with again, or meet someone and, kind of start a relationship there. Seems like I'm kind of like the golden ticket almost for the person finding kind of their next thing.
Good luck, Chuck.
Sometimes they come back, sometimes they don't. But, I've kind of looked back and everyone
the whole
has
plot?
pretty much, I guess, used me sort of as a rebound and
Good luck,
have
cock.
fun hookups. But never wanted to, I guess, commit to me, which kind of sucks because I'm tired of, getting my heart broken, being the bridesmaid, never the bride.
Yes.
And kind of actually going through a situation right now where I was talking with this girl and hanging out and hooking up for about 7 months. She had just gotten out of a 4-year relationship, and then she left to go find herself, which actually just meant she kind of hopped right back on Hinge to go look for something else, which sucks. But I guess my question is, like, do I need to start setting boundaries for myself of, hey, this person is coming out of a relationship, maybe they're not the person for you, don't devote too much time and energy, or do I maybe need to start kind of establishing, you know, my needs and boundaries of like, hey, you know, I have the intent of, you know, making this official or being exclusive with someone, or, you know, just finding that actual relationship because, you know, tired of getting my heart broken and kind of ready to find a person. So, yeah, any advice is helpful. Thanks. Love you guys.
Oh, the good luck cuck.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I mean, what our friend here is dealing with is like being a man and realizing that he has feelings. Eventually, it took him like 8 relationships in a row to be like, hey, I don't like this. I don't like when, even though the pussy's nice, I kind of wanted to form a long-lasting relationship.
How many times was he a rebound?
He says he claimed in his fucking, Eldis had to go. He had to put another carrot out of his ass. But, so we don't have the transcript, but he said every relationship he's been in, he's 27. So starting in college.
Damn.
So there's a couple elements here. One is absolutely you got to start being like,
Yeah, what the fuck?
I mean, yeah, it's like one thing to say you're a rebound, but it's also like, here's the other thing. You were with somebody for 7 months. That's a little
not a
more,
rebound.
That's a more, yeah, exactly.
It's a relationship.
I know. A rebound is maybe somebody fucks you like for 3 weeks in the exact aftermath. You were in relationships, and these women just used that as an excuse to get out of it. And yes, it's like I do think you probably just let yourself get, you know, is it taken advantage of, or is it not standing up for yourself and advocating for yourself in this relationship? You probably just, you have to say what you want, because 7 months is not a rebound, dude. You were in a bad relationship, or you were in a relationship that you allowed to be more open-ended than you wanted to, or maybe it wasn't even open-ended and it was good. And then she said, hey, I was in this 4-year, even if she comes out of something, she was in a 4-year relationship before you. It took her 7 months to realize she wanted to find herself.
Yeah.
No, dude. It was just like, so you have to, yes, on some level, this is on you. Maybe you need to institute the next girl you date can't be fresh out of a relationship. You should probably just try that, just to try it for one time.
Yeah, because then you're just like, you're setting yourself up for a greater chance of being a rebound in that sense.
And also, you have all this baggage with it. Even if it's in his own head, he's like, oh, here we go again. It's going to happen again. You need a completely fresh start.
Yeah.
But you also need to stop being a fucking pussy.
Yeah, but what constitutes a rebound? Like, what is the timeline of?
I don't know, because I definitely have had, like, when I've broken up with somebody, I hooked up with someone when I was in that, like, fugue state where you're like, ha, 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 I'm fine. Like, you know, when you fucking tear your ACL and you get back, you know, you see athletes get back up and they're like, no, keep me in the game. And they, like, play 2 plays. And then all the adrenaline gets out of your system. You're like, ah! Like, I fucked someone when I was like, ha, I don't care about this bitch. And then, like, 2 days later, I was like, what have I done? What the fuck have I done? And that, to me, is a rebound. It's like, you're not even thinking it.
It's true.
Are you looking at pornography, George?
No.
No, I was going to say something too.
Guys over here playing Tetris.
What were
It's
you
not
going to say?
Tetris.
What is it?
It's what is it called?
Give your favorite game.
This is how much George cares about your.
It's called
fucking
Number
rebound.
Match.
It's called Number Match.
It's called Number Match. Anyway, I was gonna say, it sounds like your longest relationship was 7 months, and everything else has been not serious, and you're 27. So, like, who cares? I don't know.
Yeah, dude, this guy's got to. That's a good point. This guy's got to. What you got to do, little buddy, is first of all, yes, just try not dating someone fresh out of a relationship. Just try it. Something about you might be comforting. You might be a nice, easygoing guy. You're probably handsome enough. You're probably inviting. You also aren't clearly standing up for yourself or asking for anything. You probably roll with the punches, and you're probably very pleasant. But you might just you might need to, in other areas of your life, just be a little more assertive. You might just be a nice, comforting place to land to rest your pussy until you find the next guy. And I think that means you're close. That means you have a lot of positive attributes. The good news is all you need to do is have a couple hard conversations about what you want in a relationship, be better about communicating, because clearly these women like you and they like spending time with you and you have a lot to offer. And it's just kind of psychological. You can switch the way they look at you by just communicating clearly and saying what you want. And here's the thing. You might go on a couple dates with somebody and say, hey, I like you. I want this to go somewhere serious. Those are my intentions. And she might say, you know what? I like spending time with you, but I'm not ready. That's a lot easier to hear after 2 dates than it is after 7 months, right? Yeah. So you need to start being clear about your intentions a little bit. Obviously not in the first date, whatever, but especially if they tell you they just got out of something, you might want to fucking have that conversation. Be like, hey, is this going to be a problem for you? Because I want something serious. But I think you got a lot of nice little qualities, and you just have to try not dating a woman in freshly out of a long-term relationship. And if you do, be very clear about your boundaries, and just in general, try being a little more assertive about what you want in relationships, and I'm gonna guess in your life as well. Eldis, who's been here the whole time, why don't you play another call?
Yeah, and I just want to say I wholeheartedly agree with what you guys said. Like, yeah. Couldn't imagine.
Yeah.
Couldn't imagine.
Couldn't imagine.
No, he couldn't. He can't even imagine. Next question, please, Mr. Sula.
Here's a question that could help our caller a lot this year, or many callers for many Christmases to come.
Mm-hmm. Let's hear it.
Hey, Stav. This holiday's coming up. I want to make something a little different for my family. We have never done a turkey dinner, but I want to try making a lamb.
Yeah,
you talked about making it. So I was wondering, is the recipe a secret, or is it something you're willing to share? Love the show. Goodbye.
This is, lamb's superior holiday meat.
Turkey is ass.
Turkey's ass. And I would say, I respect going lamb. And how big is your family? The ultimate way to make a fucking lamb is a spit outside, roasting the whole fucking thing slowly, slow roasted, so beautiful shit. And you just have to do a little research on that. To be honest with you, I wanted to make one in my home here. My plan was to do that for this Easter, but I forgot I'm gonna be on tour all fucking spring because I was gonna do that. But someday I'm going to do that. We're gonna be in Chicago on Easter, Eldis.
Dude, you could definitely go to Greektown in Chicago, lamb on a spit outside the tour bus.
Yeah, we probably could coordinate something, honestly.
Dude, we should have
first Greektown in the U.S. Chicago.
We should have. There you go. We should fucking roast a whole lamb outside the tour bus.
You could pull it off.
Or just
100%.
get a sick Airbnb for Easter. Yeah. Because we're going to have Easter off. Or maybe we won't, actually, if we sell out. We'll have to add tickets. Just like Jesus wanted.
Yes.
Who I really give a lot of a fuck about. Me, St. Nicholas. Hey. Or St. Vasilios. See, in Greece, here's the thing about...
Which one was he, dude?
In Greece, it was Aios Vasilis. But in Greek people, but Americans say Saint Nick. Which one is it?
Yeah, but also my name day is December 6th, and it's about Saint Nick.
Well, yeah, he has nothing to do with Christmas.
No, he does. He's Santa.
No, he does not.
Saint Nick's not Santa.
Anyway,
fuck. Dude,
no, it's Saint
Look
Basil.
up Saint Cyprian.
It's Saint Basilius.
Fuck Saint Basilius.
Who's Saint Cyprian?
He was basically a witch. He was like the strongest witch until...
He's a saint?
I'm not even kidding. Okay. He was a witch, and he was like the most powerful, like, spell-bound...
He was like a warlock?
Yeah, basically.
He was a bishop of Carthage in an early...
Can we hold on, Eldis? Let George say it, and then you can fill in with your little...
on Wikipedia.
I'm telling him
first time in his life he's ever Wikipedia'd something for this fucking show without being prompted, and it's to interrupt George in the middle of his flow. Go ahead, George.
He was the strongest spellcaster, one of the strongest spellcasters ever, and he could fuck anybody up. Damn. He could conjure spirits, demons, whatever. Then he met this poor fucking loser lady, and she was a Christian. and he was trying to fuck with her, and she wasn't scared. She was like, "Look, dude, Jesus is in my heart. You can't fuck with me."
Whoa.
And none of his spells worked, so he gave up. He gave up all his powers and embraced Christianity.
Wow.
Really?
Yes, it's fake. I think it's a fake story, but that's like a thing.
That's the fable?
He's canon. Yeah, he's like
pretty
a real,
cool,
he's
though.
a real saint, but I think, you know, it was Christianity.
He gave up powers just to fucking have to go to church? That sucks.
Oh, yeah.
No, dude, because Jesus made his powers not.
Jesus should give him powers.
And like every dark book now, like people who want to be like devil guys, they name them like Cyprianic tomes or some shit. Anyway, you should look up Saint Cyprian.
Eldis, what does it say about Saint Cyprian?
In life, he was a converted pagan magician who burned all his books on the occult and renounced sorcery when he converted to Christianity.
Wow.
In his folklore, he was known to have commanded a host of demons who served as his personal army.
That sounds so much cooler than being a fucking bishop.
He's got a squad
He's
of
my
demons,
favorite
dude.
saint. He's like a lot like me.
This isn't. That does remind me of you. This is actually interesting. The Catholic Church
I
tradition
know it is. That's why I brought it up.
credits him.
Stupid.
The Catholic Church credits
Yeah,
him
it's
with
like he fucking thought of it. Go ahead.
Continue reading Wikipedia.
the Catholic Church credits him with some of their exorcism prayers, and he can be invoked to banish dangerous spirits. After his death, he regretted his renunciation of sorcery.
Wow.
And provided us with a book containing his collection of magic spells.
What do you mean
And
after
fucking
his
boys.
death?
Which he dictated to German monk Jonas Solferino. The book is called the Book of San Cipriano.
Hell yeah.
He will often assist us in our magical workings from beyond the grave.
Cipriano.
That's
Told
fucking
yous.
awesome. I'm interested in Saint Cyprian.
Told you.
You're right.
The Catholic Church recruited him for exorcism.
Yeah, they were like, we can't do this in house.
Damn.
We need some pagan guns in here.
Go get
Okay, so we were talking about
Cyprian.
lamb, and but yeah, look, depending on how big your family is, a lamb shoulder might be the way to start instead of a low. And typically, any shoulder, any fatty cut, you want to just go low and slow. You know what? I actually have not made a lamb shoulder. My mom has always made the lamb. If I were to guess, I would go low and slow. I would even cook it overnight, personally. You want the sinew to break down? That's good, George. We can use that. You want the sinew to break down? Send that to us. We'll put it in the episode. You want the sinew to You want the sinew to break down. You want the fat to melt. You want the skin to get crispy. Isn't that right, Eldis?
Hey, what's George doing over there?
Nothing.
Also-
Why are you guys laughing?
Why
Also,
your fucking beast
what people do is they get like a ketchup bottle. They put lemon oil, they put lemon juice, olive oil, salt and pepper, and every now and then they just douse it. in the-
Spray it down.
Base
Yeah.
that sucker.
I would also cover it in a garlicky, like in a paste with garlic and oil, and really get it crispy and crunchy and salty. But that's good. You know what? I might make that for. Well, I did make it for Christmas, and we've all eaten it. Isn't that right, boys?
Yes, it was
so
delicious.
It's actually, we can
good.
smell it. It's still cooking upstairs. Oh, that smells good.
I can't wait to indulge in
I
that.
can't wait to have that. What else we got? We got a couple more. I'm fucking hungry, actually.
Should we order something?
Who said that?
I just had a quick one for you. I'm a fellow big man myself, and once it gets dark, sometimes I just gotta creep into the cabinet and scrounge around. So I'm just wondering, I'm not looking for like any good gourmet meals or anything like that. I want to know what's your slutty little down and dirty when the going gets tough and there's not a whole lot in the fridge or the cabinet. What are you going for? Like personally, I'll smash some grapes and peanut butter. Or I've taken down a whole bag of croutons on multiple occasions.
Respect.
Eldis, I'd love to hear what you have to weigh in here as a fellow thick-thighed brethren. Yeah. So, what's your slutty little treat?
He's talking
Thick-thighed
about
lady.
when you have to
Freddie.
get. He's talking about when you have to get resourceful.
Grapes and peanut butter?
He's basically recreating peanut butter and jelly, but he doesn't have anything, is what he's saying. Okay. But I mean, peanut butter and jelly is one of the most classic.
Yeah, but grapes, not even close to jelly.
No. It's interesting,
Sounds
though.
gross.
I'm interested in what he's doing. I you want to fucking down and dirty ass empty out the cabinet ass snack that I've been having.
Let's hear it.
Is some kind of cracker and a canned fish and a spreadable cheese of some kind. So Laughing Cow.
Good.
Or even cream cheese if you really want to fucking get.
I'm not even joking.
If you really want to get down and dirty.
I know.
Anchovies or sardines in olive oil.
Dog, those that's actually fucking
with a
good.
cracker and some kind of spreadable cheese. Having those on hand.
Those are good.
Is fucking they're so good. There's a scene where I shot something where I had to eat. They wanted me to have like a snack, and what they had was a sardine, but it was like in some kind of chili oil.
Oh, I love those, dude.
And or no, it wasn't. It was an anchovy, so it was even saltier in chili oil. And instead of like, I've been using low grade cheese that just doesn't go bad. You can have it out of the fridge. That's how shitty it is. They had this brie.
Whoa,
dude! It in a little baguette. It was legitimately fucking incredible.
This was on a set.
Yeah. My character was eating, and he was making himself a fancier version of basically what we're describing. But the white trash version of that with crackers, Laughing Cow, or even cream cheese, and some kind of tinned fish with some salt and olive oil.
Have some canned goods on deck, some shit you know you like.
You know what's been getting my dick really hard? Not
gay porn.
Not what? Come on,
sir.
Carrots up your ass. Question.
I have a guess. Carrots up your butt.
No free advertising, but Trader Joe's has awesome cans of smoked trout. And those are like awesome right out the can. Sprinkle a little salt on them.
Yes.
You just get them going with some fruit, some vegetables, and
We're going to have, I foresee on this tour a lot of canned fish.
I think so.
I foresee us having a lot of canned fish.
There's going to be a lot of boiled eggs.
A lot of boiled eggs, a lot of canned fish.
I'm not going to lie. Also, for the last few weeks, I've probably been eating like 2 to 4 Bear Bell protein bars a day.
Those are so good, dude.
Just fitting
That's
them
too
in.
many, man.
I know
really
it
is.
I know.
That's 800 calories of
Jesus
fucking
Christ.
protein bars. No, we eat those are
Just so we can shit it all out.
I
Don't
know-
even do nothing.
I know it's a lot, but they feel like they are like a little candy bar like treat.
Yeah,
but
you
they're
have
also
one a day.
relatively, guilt free kind
you
of.
have one a day. It's a
I
treat.
don't know.
I didn't think
It's a
I'd
treat
like
that's
this.
kind of good for you.
Yeah.
George, go for it.
I didn't think I'd like this, but I got canned dolma.
Oh,
Dog, when you're hungry and there's not a shit around, you open that shit up, you go, wow.
Those are
This should not be
delicious,
canned. It's
same
like
thing with
better.
canned gigantes.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Those are fucking
What's that?
awesome.
The beans?
The big beans,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Canned. That's what this guy's talking about. Down bad snacks. You want to keep a nice. The older I get, the more I'm like, keeps a nice, some essentials canned.
You can have that
'Cause-
shit for a year, forget about it, open it up when you're like starving.
and it's not that bad compared to like ordering something or cooking a frozen pizza or like whatever. Also, I mean, honestly, this is not even down bad. This is awesome.
Oh my God, George.
Just coming in and getting Brigitte.
Prosciutto.
But that's expensive. That's not down bad.
My like, if my cabinets are bare and I have nothing, I almost always have some olive oil, salt, pepper, and then some sort of bread.
Yeah.
And then I just toast the bread.
That makes everything.
And if I have like feta,
that's so good.
if I have
Oregano.
oregano, and then I
throw a little tomato if you have a tomato. But we're
Tomato.
talking down bad. Down bad olive oil, salt, pepper, and bread is like
best.
the fucking best.
and then you just pour it on the plate, and you salt and pepper
Soak
the
that
plate,
shit.
oregano.
Oh my god!
If you're lucky enough to have some sort of cheese, put the cheese on there, smear it with the bread.
good Lord Almighty, that's
Fucking good to
incredible.
go.
Damn.
Yeah, that's an incredible dining
It's
experience.
really good. It's honestly so good.
Huh? Should we do one final one, Eldis? What do you think? Merry Christmas, everyone. Let's not forget. It's around Christmas someday.
Christmas.
Maybe we're bumping Cheeksmas back a week, and this is actually on whatever Christmas. Cheeksmas can be
cheeks.
Yeah,
It does transcend time, so you can
Cheeksmas-
kind of put
yeah.
it
Merry
wherever.
Cheeksmas, everyone.
Cheeksmas can be the first episode of the year.
Ho,
or whatever.
ho, oh.
That's good.
What about this one?
That's good. That's really good.
Auga, auga.
Sure. I got one here for us.
Thanks, man. Thank you.
Hey, Stav and Elvis. I'm in a predicament with my girlfriend about a year. Well, I really like this girl, and we have a really good special connection, but we struggle with one thing, and I have a past where I slept around with a bunch of women, probably around like 30, and this bothers her to her core, and she can't seem to get over it, and I just don't know what to do. So, like, I really love her a lot, and it hurts my soul, honestly.
Ew.
So, like, I don't know. I just want to figure it out. So you can stop worrying about it. Really figure out why it bothers her, and we can really focus on fixing this problem. So, yeah, just let me know. Hopefully, you guys hear this and can give me your advice. I really appreciate it. Hey, appreciate it, guys.
This guy's cute and fucking wholesome. Because this guy doesn't even sound like a pussy getter. It sounds like women were just like, give me some of that little awkward prick. He's probably a handsome guy that just kind of fell into some pussy. This is weird. This lady's a fucking loser.
Yeah.
We have to be
Grow
consistent on this podcast because we say the opposite when it comes to like girls' body. Because a lot of guys are insecure about. Yes, guess what? If you're dating a hot woman, she's probably fucked more guys than you.
Yeah, my guy.
And that's usually
A lot of dick.
Yeah, a lot.
A whole lot.
And whatever. Who cares who fucked who back in the day? But this is true now of this girl too. I don't understand. Now okay. We can say that, and we can say that that's true, and I believe that. It's like, who cares? But this clearly is an issue. So how to deal with it is an interesting question. I do think you have to get to the bottom of why this bothers her, and also 30 is not. That's not that crazy.
It's a lot. 30 seems like a lot.
How old is he? Did he say?
He didn't say, but
16.
he sounds like a young little fuckhead.
I might have sharded myself.
Did you shit?
I'm about to go upstairs.
Okay. Well,
guys, it's been great. And thanks for having me on.
George, it was a pleasure.
Thank you, George.
Let's hope you didn't shard, actually. I think I do smell something.
Go shit in Mr. G's bathroom. We have Mr. G in the illustrious Big P.
Jesus.
Chill, man.
Damn, I do be seeing that shit dripping out of your ass. Just
No,
kidding.
no, you didn't.
You got booty juice coming out, bro. George, you got booty juice, dog.
Booty juice. Just let your soul glow. For what?
He was on antibiotics, everyone. He's been shitting water for a week. He said it off mic. Just wanted to fill you in.
Yeah. Strong chance he did shart, so.
Look, you're a little slutty boy. Who cares? You love her? I mean, yeah. I mean, I guess it depends on how young he is. But
here's the thing. I feel like I agree with you. Yeah. People just fuck. It's all good. I feel like when you're dating someone, no one should be asking for body counts.
I agree with that.
And if they do, you should never be like confessing your body count.
Yeah.
Especially if it is something that's like, whatever, 30. Some might say low, some might say high.
I'm not saying
that's
it's
like more.
low.
That's
Doesn't
like,
matter. It
it's like
doesn't-
more than a handful, And
Right.
it's just like, what is that number like gonna
Doesn't matter
do?
what the number is. It just shouldn't matter.
Yes.
It's like, it shouldn't matter. And I think in the only context it would matter if someone were to ask is like, are you a fuck boy?
Right.
Like, are you
did you treat these people poorly?
Yeah. Are you a piece of shit? Like, are you treating them like shittily, or did you have genuine experiences where this could work? Or,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or maybe you're just a nice guy. Maybe you're a nice guy and 30 women ask to see your penis and you let them because you're nice.
Yeah, you're just considerate.
You're a good guy.
But don't worry, buddy. This truly probably won't work out. You could just
this
tell from
relationship
his
isn't going to
vibe.
work. You're young. She sounds like a fucking insecure
What
fucking
he
bitch.
what he
hope
say? He's
they're
like,
young.
it hurts.
If they're-
It hurts my soul.
I know. I feel
Come
bad
on.
for him.
Yeah, he clearly
Here's the
likes
thing.
her.
She has some shit to figure out. I guess let's get to. You do need to get to the bottom of why this bothers her. My hunch is she just has something to figure out.
It's just insecurity.
You were having a little fun. because I don't want this guy to now feel like he's a piece of shit because this girl is judging him. You know what I mean?
There's nothing worse than getting in an argument about something that you did when this person wasn't even in your life.
Yeah, you didn't know her at all. And it's also like, okay, let's even say you think this is bad, right? Which I don't think. I'm not putting a value judgment on it. But if this guy wants to say it's bad, it's like, that's in the past. You can't, the person you're with can't see past. This guy clearly loves this girl, doesn't want to be with anybody else. And so if you can explain that, and if that doesn't work for her, that's not a fucking good. I don't know. That's just not a good person to be with, to be honest with you. Especially if she's and like him, I feel bad him saying like it hurts my soul. It's like this guy shouldn't be feeling that bad.
Yeah, it sucks.
Because he got some pussy. Who cares? This is probably most of that was probably like meaningless fun. Who gives a fuck? And so you shouldn't be beating yourself up about it. You should. Maybe it's worth. I think Eldis is right. Where it's like you don't want to be talking body counts. You know what I mean? Like
just lie, man.
But once it's out there now, I mean, yeah, obviously take your number down a little bit. But if now that the genie's out of the bottle, you can't be like, you know what? I actually only fucked 18 girls.
Yeah.
But
you're like, oh, I thought we were including mouth and ass stuff. I didn't know we were talking about.
Yeah, he's trying to make it better. Oh, my number's actually 2. I thought you meant people we fucked in the ass. She's like, you fucked 30 people in the ass and 2 in the pussy? That's so much weirder. Yeah, we give him that advice. She's like, what is wrong with you?
Lie to your bitch, man.
How about this? Gaslighter. Be like, I know you're saying this because you actually fucked 100 guys.
What's your body count?
You fucking whore. You're lying.
You're
to
so
me.
high and mighty.
Yeah.
And then she says like 3 or something, be like, you're fucking lying to me,
just
aren't you?
unravel it.
Yeah. I
then
know
that
you're
bitch
lying.
won't know what hit her.
Amen. I love Christmas, man.
Dude. I thought that was a nice Christmas question to go on.
Yeah, I just feel bad for this little guy. And, you know, so what? You got some pussy back in the day. You love her. And if she's being a bitch about it, fuck her. Honestly,
Dude,
it's really
dump
what
her,
it comes
make
down
it
to.
32.
Let's get those numbers up, brother.
Get some pussy, dude.
Get some more pussy. Run it up, daddy. Fuck this whore.
What accent?
I don't know. Run up the pussy numbers, daddy.
Go ahead, fuck some more girls. Make it 32, don't you? 33 if you like.
I love the holidays. Thank you, everyone.
Christmas time.
This was our 3rd Christmas.
I'll have a gay Christmas without you.
Oh, yes.
That's Elvis, dude.
Shout out to Elvis. Bye. Uh-oh. Is he coming back down?
Sounds like he's feverishly running down the stairs right now.
Or is he going up? Is he trying to shit in a different bathroom?
Yay!
Okay.
George,
George,
did not shit
we're
himself.
wrapping up. You want to come back on and say goodbye to everyone?
Come say goodbye to the people.
George did not shard himself.
Thanks for worrying about me, everyone. I didn't shit myself.
He didn't shit himself. He
was
made
like
it.
this close for real.
It was close, but he made it. And it's a Christmas miracle. Thank you, everyone, for spending Christmas or around Christmas or somewhere in late December.
It's Christmas.
With us. And
Maybe January. Who knows?
maybe no, I think it's probably be late December. We will see you in the new year. We will see you soon, and we love you. Goodbye.
Merry Christmas, everyone.